origin of tree hugging. It was started by villagers in Rajasthan, India. The Britannica Encyclopedia dates the origin of tree hugging back to the Chipko movement of the 1970s. The Chipko movement took place in a village in India where a group of villagers prevented commercial logging by literally hugging the trees. Denotation: an advocate for the preservation of the woodlands. Another definition is the advocate for humanity's interdependence with nature. Presented in the news. When James Lee took office/staff at the Discovery Channel hostage in a protest about the state of our planet, sections of the media quickly branded Lee as a crazed tree hugger. Somehow Republicans have been branded as a party that does not like the environment. As you can see in the cartoon, the tree thinks the park ranger is a tree hugger and is scared.
In recent times, many negative connotations of the term tree hugger have developed. In fact, the Merriam-Webster dictionary defines a tree hugger as someone who is regarded as foolish or annoying because of being too concerned about protecting trees, animals, and other parts of the natural world from pollution and other threats. In the article, "Are You a Tree Hugger?" the author claims that the phrase is most often used when describing an extremist who will take radical and over-the-top approaches to try to conserve nature and wildlife. Also, the author claims that tree huggers often find themselves at the butt end of many jokes these days. This is largely due to the negative connotation that has developed regarding the term tree hugger. Also, the term tree hugger is used in making generalizations about all advocates for the environment. These generalizations are usually untrue and portray tree huggers as something that they are not. According to writer Mike Shanahan, people use the term tree hugger to lump together perfectly rational humanitarians, scientists, and others concerned with the environment with violent individuals, so that all are perceived as eco-extremists. Overall, a negative connotation has developed around the term tree hugger that has separated it from its origin and its original meaning.
There are also many positive connotations in contrast to the negative connotations surrounding tree huggers. Although methods may seem extreme to an everyday passerby, these tree huggers truly believe they are simply making a point and raising awareness of today's environmental issues. The term tree hugger has various interpretations based on individuals' prior knowledge about and exposure to environmental topics. Certain groups of people choose to use the phrase tree hugger in an effort to belittle other individuals and undermine their ideals and ways of living. People living in urban settings are not exposed to much greenery or forestry, which can lead to the unfamiliarity with extreme environmentalists. On the political side of things, tree huggers typically lean toward the liberal end of the spectrum and are typically supported by Democrats. Rand Paul, a Republican, is a self-proclaimed tree hugger and understands this is an unusual position, as revealed in his statement, "Democrats are not the only ones allowed to like the environment. I'm a Republican who wants clean air, clean water, and the life-extending miracle of electricity. I compost." Paul expresses his unique views with a touch of sarcasm as he is isolated among his ideological party with these views. Historically, when you start talking about an issue like climate change, the perception is that this is an environmental issue. It's for tree huggers, and that hard-headed business people either don't care about it or see it as a conflict with their bottom lines. But for these companies, they're discovering that they can enhance their bottom lines, explained President Obama in a meeting. Next, we will see 2 video examples of how tree huggers are portrayed. The first is a group of extremist tree huggers who feel passionate about the environment. The second is an example of how tree huggers are depicted in the media today. It is a clip from a children's television show.
Deep in the woods of North Carolina, an extremist eco group called Earth First bewails the violation of American nature.
I want to mourn the loss of all the old growth trees I've seen, and tell them that we love them and that we don't want them to die, that there are some people here who do care. So I want you to know that, trees, that we care.
I think we are deeply hurting in America. I think we are deeply craving answers. I think that we've lost our identity as we have evolved into technology and into industrialized society. Bring me to this cathedral. Bring me to those guys. Bring me to this rock that has the most incredible life. That makes me feel alive.
I've looked at clear cuts and burnt forest, and I've felt outraged, but I didn't scream and I didn't cry. And I need to.
Couldn't think of any pony, and I was about to just go by myself, and then I realized, of course! Who loves fancy, exciting affairs more than any pony else? My sister, Maud!
You know what? Cancel my order.
You want none of the cakes now? Oh my, you are funny.
I guess every being in Equestria is funny today.
Oh, how rude of me. Tree hugger, this is Discord. Discord, tree hugger.
Radical to meet you. Really digging your vibe.
My vibe?
It's a compliment.
Oh, well, I'm sure it is. Well, I must be off. It has nothing to do with seeing you or not seeing you. You can rest assured of that. Have fun at the gala!
Righteous.